After leaving the mysterious house of all things, Saya and Tangdun walk through the dimly lit, cobblestone streets of the town. Both men keep their cloaks drawn tight against the night. Tangdun looks at his friend, skeptically asking if Saya truly believes the witch's cryptic advice. Recalling Yin's demeanor, he notes that he sensed her martial arts strength to be only at level 10. Saya admits that, honestly, he isn't sure if he should continue to trust her guidance. However, he explains his desperate situation, stating that he has no other choice. He realizes his newly awarded title of military hero offers no real protection against the powerful Lyursa's family. Frustration boils over as Saya clenches his fists, loudly complaining that the recent assassination attempt proves no one actually cares about his safety. Tangdun quickly tries to calm him down as nearby pedestrians turn to look. Sighing heavily, Saya laments that even the woman he planned to marry betrayed him without hesitation. Gripping the scroll tightly, a determined look crosses his face as he decides he has no option left but to follow the fate outlined in the prophecy. Saya begins to analyze the scroll's first clue, which instructs him to meet the person he first knew. He wonders if it means his first friend or a childhood playmate. Suddenly, a look of realization hits him, and he excitedly tells Tangdun that he might have figured it out. Stroking his chin in thought, Saya explains his reasoning. He concludes that the person he knew earliest in life must be his twin sister, as they were together in the womb before anyone else. Tangdun is completely caught off guard by this revelation, shocked to learn that Saya is a twin. Saya's excitement fades into worry as he explains the complication. His sister was taken away and raised by his mother's side of the family when they were very young. He admits that finding her will be difficult, as he has almost forgotten what she even looks like. Suddenly, Saya and Tangdun are startled by a bright flash of light and a loud rumbling from above. They look up in awe as a massive, highly advanced spaceship suddenly descends from the night sky right over the town. Panicking, Tangdun questions how a ship could warp directly to their location, while a terrified Saya fears that his assassins have already tracked him down. However, as Saya notices a glowing blue emblem on the vessel's hull, he recognizes it as an Axel-class ship. Sweating with confusion, Saya explains that this is the highest-grade private spaceship available in the entire Boluo star sector. He points out that not even he, the eldest son of the Lyursa's family, ever owned one, meaning his ordinary pursuers couldn't possibly afford it either. A brilliant yellow beam of light shines down from the ship's underside, and the two men watch closely as a silhouette slowly descends to the ground. The figure touches down, revealing a woman stepping forward in elegant heels. The woman stands before them, exuding a regal and sophisticated aura. She has long, dark purple hair, sharp blue eyes, and wears a luxurious black dress adorned with white fur and green jade jewelry. Staring at her, Saya senses an inexplicable, familiar connection to the mysterious woman. His eyes widen in absolute shock as he tentatively calls out her name, asking if she is Pyre. The woman smiles warmly and closes her eyes, pleasantly surprised that he actually remembers her name after all this time. Opening her striking blue eyes, Pyre addresses Saya tenderly, calling him her long-lost brother. Frozen in disbelief, Saya realizes that the witch's prophecy has instantly come true, making him genuinely feel as though the goddess of fate is directly guiding his path. Meanwhile, back on the transport ship carrying Lu Sheng, the vessel continues to shake violently from the massive cosmic battle raging outside. Lu Sheng sits calmly beside the elf prodigy, Aonong Turing. Hai Jido stands before them, reminding the two young warriors that the stellar commander is currently fighting the Lord of Oblivion to ensure their safe passage, stating that they shouldn't just sit comfortably while under the commander's protection. Hai Jidao declares it is time for some special training. He intends to personally demonstrate the massive gap between level 12 and level 13 so they are prepared before reaching the academy. Eager for the experience, both Lu Sheng and Aonong Turing stand up to accept the challenge. As they walk, Lu Sheng reflects on his recent achievements. Although he has technically killed 4 level 13 entities, they were mostly mindless beasts and dream space zombies. He notes that he has never fought a true representative level 13 human elite, making him very curious to test Hai Jidao's actual strength. Hai Jidao leads the two geniuses down the ship's metallic corridors until they arrive at a heavy, blast-proof door marked as a training room. He explains that this training room is the only truly valuable part of the entire ship. It was personally reinforced by the stellar commander, making it durable enough to withstand the full power of level 13 experts. He adds that even if the rest of the ship breaks apart, this room will remain intact. Lu Sheng observes the room closely, silently noticing the impressive structural integrity and the lingering aura of the commander's power. Stepping onto the training floor, Hai Jidao draws his weapon as dark, powerful energy surges around his body. He looks at the two prodigies and asks who wants to fight him first. Lu Sheng and Ao Nong Turing stand in silence for a moment, exchanging a brief glance. Ao Nong Turing quickly steps forward and volunteers to take the first match. Lu Sheng casually smiles and agrees to let the elf go ahead of him. Inwardly, a nervous Ao Nong Turing admits his real motivation. He fears that if he watches Lu Sheng fight the level 13 elite first, the monstrous display of power will completely shatter his own confidence and ruin his fighting spirit. Moving inside the luxurious Axel ship, Pyre warmly invites Saya and Tang Dun, who have both removed their heavy cloaks, to make themselves comfortable. The three of them take their seats around a grand, elegantly set dining table in the ship's opulent lounge. Saya's expression turns serious as he immediately questions his sister, asking how she managed to track him down so quickly. Calmly sipping her hot tea, Pyre dismissively replies that locating him was not a difficult task at all. Saya silently realizes that this makes perfect sense, considering that their mother's side of the family actually possesses even greater power and influence than his own Larsa's family. Looking a bit apprehensive, Saya then asks his second question, wanting to know why she specifically came looking for him after all this time. With a warm and affectionate smile, Pyre states that the simple fact that he is her biological brother is reason enough. Her expression then turns a bit more knowing as she adds that, from what her intelligence gathered, his life hasn't exactly been going well lately. Before Saya can explain, Tang Dun eagerly interjects, completely confirming her suspicions. The massive warrior bluntly reveals to Pyre that Saya is doing terribly, explaining how he was just betrayed by the woman he deeply loved, who conspired with his greatest rival to cheat on him and attempt to murder him. Thoroughly embarrassed, a blushing and frantic Saya completely loses his composure, comically screaming at Tang Dun and demanding to know why he had to blurt out every single humiliating detail. Watching her brother bicker with his blunt friend, Pyre covers her mouth and lets out a soft, genuinely amused giggle. Pyre warmly comforts Saya, assuring him that his recent betrayals are no big deal because he will always have his dearest sister by his side to rely on. Despite the comforting words, Saya's expression turns serious. He tells Pyre that while he is genuinely happy to be reunited with his only sister, he wants her to be completely honest with him. Saya expresses his skepticism, noting that since they were separated as children, their blood tie alone wouldn't warrant such a grand rescue. He urges her to speak plainly and reveal the real, practical reason she sought him out at this exact moment. Pyre's playful demeanor shifts into a serious, intense stare as she asks her brother if he truly wants to hear the unvarnished truth. Saya firmly confirms that he does, while Tang Dun sits quietly beside him, closely observing the tense family exchange. Dropping her act, Pyre explains that her mother's family recently intercepted some highly critical intelligence concerning Saya. Because of this impending situation, she was urgently dispatched to locate him and escort him to a specific destination. Saya is visibly shocked by this sudden revelation, prompting him to ask what exactly is going on. In response, Pyre simply snaps her slender fingers. Instantly, a massive holographic map of a planet projects across the table. Pyre reveals that the projection displays planet Myrdona, the ancestral homeland of the Larsa's family, and announces that the official succession ceremony to appoint the new family heir is scheduled to take place there in exactly 1 week. With a fierce, determined look in her eyes, Pyre declares that her family sent her to bring him to that ceremony so he can violently reclaim absolutely everything that rightfully belongs to him.